Hey, what's up, everyone? It's your girl B from Mel B's Tea and a Cup of Joe, back with another episode. We've been on the Green Room, we've been on YouTube, and we're back tonight live on Podbeam. So, what's up, y'all? What's up, Mel?
Hey.
Hey, Joe. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm just letting our listeners know we're here tonight live on Podbeam, and we are going to talk about the different levels of sex. Is it really valuable? So, what's up, y'all?
Going on, my esteemed co-host. I am definitely, I definitely picked this topic because I know y'all was kind of surprised, like when I was like levels of sex, and then y'all was like levels. And there are levels. I don't know. Maybe it might be for just for guys, but I'm pretty sure if you really sit back and think about it, there are different levels of sex, and we are going to explain that today. But how was y'all week?
My weekend was good, relaxing. Didn't do much, but my weekend was good. How was yours?
Been pretty good. I been enjoying a few days off from work, and all this contract tracing and all that good stuff. So that afforded me a couple of days off from work. So definitely not complaining. It's been like 8 days. So I got 2 more days to go, and I'll be back to work. But I'm fine. I know I'm perfectly fine though.
Knock on wood. But yeah. So, Mel, you want to say how your weekend was? Let the listeners know what's going on.
My weekend was good. Um, I went out with a friend for her birthday and had some drinks, got cute, enjoyed the atmosphere and came home because I wanted to go to sleep. I was so tired. But back to our regularly scheduled program as far as like getting through the week and boring stuff. But it felt good to go out and enjoy myself. But yes,
Yes.
Joe, I'm definitely interested in this topic because when you posed the question, I was like, well, how many freaking levels of sex are there? Because I mean, I might not be the most like virginal person, but you know, when I heard levels, I was just like, okay, maybe there's some stuff I don't know. So school me, please.
School us, because I'm like levels. I thought it was first, second, and third base, and then you hit a home run. So I'm very interested in hearing this.
Oh yeah, no question about it. Like and I, I may be mislabeling it. It could be layers because I'll let me just break it down for the most part. Like, have you ever? And if you really, really think about it, you've been. I'm pretty sure most of us has been in these situations where I've had sex just because of the excitement of it all, like spontaneous sex, and then I had pity sex, and then I had breakup sex, and then I had love making. So there's different layers of sex that's always, it's not doesn't give off the same aspect as making love, but everything has a different reason, and it gives off a different amount of energy. And that's just pretty much in my opinion, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if y'all experienced that and didn't really think about it and just consider it to be one big bubble, Emily, in one big bubble, and it actually really isn't, because some people could just have sex, like, and it mostly falls in the category with men. You can be in love with someone and still have sex with another person, and it really won't mean that much. It's just acting out of a lustful situation, or acting out of whatever situation you're feeling at the moment. But I think it still applies for women as well too, because I'm pretty sure everyone that you slept with hasn't been always a meaningful person in your life.
I agree. When you say levels and you put it that way, now I understand. I thought you meant like levels, like different positions, and you're doing certain things that like guys put that in a category as levels. Like she took it to that level. But yeah, I definitely get what you're saying. There are different levels of intimacy, and depending on how you feel or what type of relationship you have with that person, you can put that in the category as a level. Like you said, pity, emotional, breakup sex, makeup sex. It all blends together.
Right. And then the other thing is too, when we so now that we know that there are levels to it, do we some people hold having sex in high value? Should they really hold it in a high value, or does that just depend on the person and their religious beliefs, or whatever the case may be? Because I know with certain friends of mine, like, I got my one Christian friend, and she won't have sex at all, and like I said, and until she's married. And I'm just like, well, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your life or how you want to run your life or whatever the case may be. But I feel like you're missing out on a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I think, of course, they always, if you look at it on a medical side, having regular sex is actually healthy and good for your health. You know what I'm saying? And I think that some people might hold it in high value in one direction as far as they won't have it because of what it does for them or does to them. And then two, some people might value it too low. So I think it should be a happy medium somewhere. What do y'all think?
I agree with the
Um,
happy. Go ahead, Mel.
I feel like it definitely depends on like um what you're trying to achieve from the sex. Like sometimes it's not about intimacy at all. Sometimes it's just about doing it.
Go ahead, Brandy. I want to hear what
Repeat the question. I'm sorry.
I was saying that pretty much that people hold sex at a how it's high valuable. And based upon that, there's different layers to it. Should we hold it in such high value or such lower value, or like where do you think should it be? Should it be like the thing that you just keep to yourself until you're married, or is that the thing that you just do when you're ready to do it, or what it? How is it? How do you value it?
I think that the value changes with age. So when you're younger, in my opinion, I think that you should hold it as a very high, a high value thing. I don't think you should give it away as freely. But once you've been through a couple of relationships, marriages, you have children, and you're just living your life, I feel like you should do what you feel is good for you and what makes you comfortable. And if having sex a lot with a lot of different people, safely is something that makes you feel good and liberated and free and energetic, then more power to you if you can handle that emotional, because some people do get emotionally attached during sex or when they're having sex. So I really feel like the value changes with age and experience and what your end goal is at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's definitely what's up. And I think one of the point I want to make as well too is that it's just like for me, like I said, I'm never gonna knock anybody's opinion. Everybody's entitled to their opinion and how they want to live their lifestyle, whatever the case may be. But I could never imagine ever saying I'm gonna wait for one moment in time before I start having sex with you. And as far as referring to being married, because like I said, as much as people like to deny that sex is not as valuable or not as important, a lot of people hold it, and that's putting it in an important place to just be to withhold, because like I said, you're not going to withhold the great sense of humor I have for you that I'm going to give you, or the dedication I'm going to have for you to making sure that I'm available to you, but you're going to withhold sex. So, like that's interesting. But, and then, we could get to that point and, get,
Yeah, we can, because sex is not just that. Something comes with sex. Well, go ahead,
yeah.
Joe.
And it's, and then, you get to that point and you did all those things, and then the sex is trash, and you could say, yeah, we could work on it, whatever, but you could literally, just as like you could literally find a person that's literally not compatible, that you're not compatible with sexually, even in a marriage. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's just like that's a dangerous proposition to put out there, and then to just, that's like playing with the unknown. You know what I'm saying? Just to figure out, okay, well, we good on every other area, but what about sexually? What if he nuts every 2 seconds and he cannot control it? So are you going to be good with that for the next 20 years or 30 years of your life? I mean, like, that's the things I just want people to consider and think about. And then instead of just having a situation where hey, like I said, kick the tires, give it a test ride, see what you might be expecting, and see if you're gonna, think that's something that can work on. You know what I'm saying, or not. I think just like with anything else, when you go out on dates, you evaluate a person. When you go out when you meet each other's family members, you evaluating a person. So I think you should evaluate someone sexual.
I don't know. I just feel like it depends on the person and what they identify with. Like, let's say, for example, the person identifies as a demisexual, and they need, in order for them to feel comfortable enough to have sex with a person, they need to be like emotionally connected to them. That is their foreplay, or that is what gets them off, the connection. And so, I mean, that's just one example, but sometimes it's not all about like time, like people waiting for a particular time, like 3 months or marriage or whatever. Sometimes they're just looking for an emotion to feel from the person that's going to make them or give them some type of incentive to want to have sex with them. Not everyone you're going to connect with, it's going to be like immediately sparks and chemistry and all of that. And, you know, I feel like that's something to consider. Some people are sapiosexual. Some people can't like get aroused unless someone is like, they respect their intellect and they're like so intrigued by their mind. There's so many different ways that people, so many different levels that people connect on an intimate level, that plays a role in how good the sex is going to be. It's not black and white, in my opinion. It's just so many components. Because, like B mentioned earlier, it's about intimacy, you know, and wanting to have an experience. Like, sex is an experience. It's not just something like washing the dishes or folding laundry or some like regular daily task. I mean, it could be, especially if you're like in a long-term relationship and it's kind of like everything is boring. You have to kind of look for ways to get excited. But for me, I look at sex as just like a complete experience that I want to involve all of my five senses, maybe even six, and just completely enjoy it. Or I can do without. If I'm not going to enjoy it, I don't really need to do it, to be honest.
I think it's different for men. I'm asking Joe. I think it's different for men. Like Millie mentioned, it should be, well, for her, it's more of a total body experience, a mind experience. It's not just, I'm a bust a nut. I'm horny. Let me just get this feeling and, go. It's more of a, intimate thing. You want to take your time with it. You want to actually, like, feel like you become one with that person. So that is a different level of sex. but then there's just the I want to get this quick nut. So it all depends on the partner. Also, in my opinion, it depends on how long you've been in a relationship. It depends on how open you are. Some people never get to that level, Millie, of just having every part of their body involved in that one moment, and they're making love. They're having, even if they're not in love, they're actually making love. They're, you know, like you said, using all your senses to climax and really become one with that person. A lot of people never get there. A lot of men and women don't even know that that's possible. So for you, Joe, and any other, if there's any men out there that want to answer the question, how do y'all view and value sex? Because I feel like women and men have totally different ideas and values when it comes to sex or making love.
I don't know. I'm not a man, but y'all know I haven't really been talking a lot. It was a little loud over here. I feel like it's not really a man woman thing. I feel like we're all individuals and we all have different experiences that kind of like mold us and shape us into who we are and how we view the world. But I feel like it's the ultimate, or unanimous thing that all people want is connection. You want to feel connected to a person. Some people don't necessarily need it in order to have sex, but eventually they want to connect with someone. But I feel like when you're connected prior to engaging in the sex, you don't even technically need to have sex. Like the person could just touch you or look at you or whisper in your ear, and it's just like you feel everything. You just kind of want to just jump on them because it's like, I need you right now to like be inside of me. Like, I don't know. I feel like it depends on the person. It depends on what gets them off. It depends on like their mood. And I'm not saying that every sexual, especially if you're in like a long-term relationship, I'm not saying every sexual experience has to be magical. But initially, like in that, especially that honeymoon phase, like if it's not magical, like, oh my gosh, I would feel so robbed. Like I would just be like, I could have just, not. I don't know. What do you think, Joe?
I feel like that you tapped into your inner phone sex operator skill over there while you're holding this. It seemed like you was going through the moment right then
I
and
was
there. I was like, oh,
imagining, my imagination was going a little wild with that symbols. Oh my God. But
yeah,
boom. No, I was just being imaginative.
yeah. Hey, it's all good. It was great. It was great work. Um, yeah. As far as like, I mean, I think it's definitely different for men because my approach on it or my beliefs on it is that men and women are here to procreate. So it kind of is like a natural thing for us to do that, regardless of the fact. And probably more so with men than anything. Because with us guys, and I can't speak for every guy, it pretty much is like it's levels to it. Like, it's like, like I could really, if I'm really, really digging you, you're gonna really get the kapayao. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I
The
want to make sure
papaya. What's the papaya?
you gonna, you
That's
gonna get,
with the extra sauce.
yeah, you gonna get all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, man. But if it's just something like, okay, you're just here and there's nothing else to do, and I'm just bored, and this would probably just help pass the time. I've been in that situation too. And I'm like, oh, it may not have been all that pleasurable either, but it's just something to do, at the moment. I've been through many different phases, you know what I'm saying, of that. And but I got a question for y'all, like outside of making love and spontaneous sex, what would you say out of your sexual levels have you experienced that you enjoyed the most outside of those two things I just
Well, It depends because there's two different feelings. Like the spontaneous sex, you just get it. I get a different feeling. It's not the same as making love. Making love is like long drawn out, so the climax just feels different. That spontaneous nut is just a different type of nut. Like, you want to hurry up and buy like that, especially if you're outside doing this somewhere sneaky. So it depends. I can't even tell you. It's like 50-50, 45. I don't know. 45, 55. I can't. I can't.
And I see Brandy has tapped into her inner sex operator voice as well. So she is the man. The imagination is there. That's what I'm talking about. And that's what's up. But y'all still didn't answer the question though. I said outside of those two things.
Can you re-ask it? Sorry.
Oh yeah, no problem, no problem. With outside of making love to someone and spontaneous sex, the other levels of sex that we probably mentioned, like pity sex and uh uh friendship sex and breakup sex, like what one out of those remaining ones would you say that you probably enjoy? So I'm making it difficult for you, but not by not letting you pick spontaneous and not letting you pick love. So I could let me see if I could pick one for you to help y'all. I would say out of all the other outside of
He
spontaneous, and
said, "I'm gonna pick for y'all."
I'm gonna pick.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you how you gonna get it.
Well, excuse me. I'm gonna pick for myself to show you an example. So outside of all the ones,
Because obviously we don't understand shit.
Meanwhile, I'm over here waiting for it to be my turn to answer. But go ahead, Joe. What's your favorite?
uh, uh, I would say, um, I would say the
He don't
and
even know.
hold on, I'm about to come with it right now. I just had to say it the correct way. I would say the after argument sex is the best one for me.
I would have to agree. Breakup sex. I mean, makeup. Makeup sex is usually really good.
I would say I'm a little toxic. I would say breakup sex. Like when you're like, this is the last time. This is the last time we're ever going to be like, you better make it do what it do because you ain't never gonna feel this again. And like, it's like a
That's
cliffhanger.
really yes. Literally, you be
Yeah.
screaming.
So do you feel like that's when you go all in? Just to be like, this is I'm gonna just go all in and just let him know that he's not getting this anymore. So I'm just gonna just give the best I got.
Well, I mean, I went on, I had a whole monologue about the experience before a little while ago. So for me, it would be more so of just being even more present. When you know something is a for sure thing, you tend to take it for granted. But when you know that this is the last time that you're going to have sex with a person, it's just like you're feeling every moment, every minute. You're savoring every touch, every kiss, every stroke. All of those things are just at a heightened level because you really, this is like in your mind, you're thinking, okay, this is the last time I'm going to ever be able to experience this person's touch and this person's body next to mine. So I think that is like the ultimate. If I had to choose, like out of all of the others, I would definitely choose breakup sex. Yes.
Interesting.
Very interesting. And so I'm about to take it a little bit deeper.
Yes,
Oh,
And
we like it
on a
deep.
Tuesday.
now,
Keep
you know,
going,
I'm not
Joe.
gonna,
Go
I'm
a
not,
little
you know, I'm definitely
further.
not the one to be saying I'm definitely not a saint at all when it comes to things like that. But I'll to include in that list also is having sex with someone that you're not supposed to have sex with, meaning someone that's probably in another relationship.
Oh, like sneaky sex.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever experienced
Yeah,
that.
I'm boring. I never had. Yeah. Never had that experience. The sneaky sex I did though. I like the sneaky sex. But not sneaking like I'm fucking somebody else's man sneaking. I'm talking about like, in an area or a place where, others can either see or witness or um places where you're not supposed to be getting it in.
Yeah, I got a whole list of those. Let's see the baseball field, the kids playground. Damn. At this church, in the bathroom, in the mall, in the unisex bathroom. So you're starting to get a body count over there, right?
You're nasty.
But yeah, and I think outside of the experience of like I said, most women tend to have it. It's more an emotional thing for women, and it's more about like a soul attachment, and it is a soul exchange as well too. So I'm not going to downplay the fact that you're just having sex or any level of sex that you're still not going to have some kind of attachment to that person, because even people that have no intention with being someone and have sex with them, and then they know that's what it is, and then end up seeing them with somebody else, feel some kind of way. It always seems like they get their feelings hurt, and you'd be like, I done told a couple of my friends that have been through that experience. I'm like, but you just said you just wanted to fuck her, and then that was that, and now you see it with somebody else, and you over here in your feelings. So, I think that's definitely not going to be overlooked, in that aspect, that you can, no matter who you have sex with, whether it could be a crackhead on the street, if you engage your body with another person's body, you're gonna get some residue to go with that. And I don't mean bodily fluids all the time.
Yeah, because people aren't honest normally. A lot of people are very fearful of being hurt. So even if they may want to have sex with the person again, or the sex was just so great that they're feeling like, okay, I want more. Like, I want to experience more of this person, other sides to them. I want to see what else, you know, they are. Sometimes people are scared of rejection. And because of that, they'll like either keep their feelings to themselves, not communicate, or kind of like act as if they don't care when they really do. And I often wonder how many people would actually be together and not be single if they could put their pride to the side and be vulnerable and let a person know, like, I really miss you, or I really want to be with you. I don't know what it is about you. Like, even if you've never been with the person before and you just want to have sex with them, you want to see what it's like. I think people are just scared that they won't be accepted, you know? That's just my take.
Yeah, I agree. That is scary to put yourself out there and be vulnerable, open to rejection and disappointment and letdown. You don't want to go down that path. A lot of people don't. Um, but yeah, it definitely hinders us from exploring new relationships, friendships, sex, how you say it, friends with benefits. Um, so yeah, we just have to take risks in life, protect it, protect.
So let me ask you a question. Have you ever had, speaking in the realm of someone that you're not supposed to have sex with, have you ever had sex with with a friend that you didn't think you would have sex with, that you really had friends on?
No,
No, I've never done that. I'm an innocent little angel.
Man, y'all missing out, boy. Ooh. I just,
we not dead now. We still got some years on us, Joe, and my old lady voice. We not dead yet. No, the whole friends thing, I don't like crossing those type of boundaries, and I never found my male friends sexually attractive enough to do anything like that. And I was kind of always in some type of relationship, so I didn't have a lot of time to explore those possibilities, Joe. But yeah, we ain't dead.
I will say that I've been feeling very adventurous lately. So who knows?
Nice. No, or you say you've been feeling adventurous lately. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yes, I've been feeling adventurous.
Absolutely, and I think things. Like I said, there's a lot of sexual. There's a lot of sexual benefits to having sex. It boosts your immune system. It reduces.
You said fuck a COVID shot. Have sex. I'm
So
joking, guys. Go get your shots
or don't.
if you want. If you want, right?
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, it boosts your immune system. It reduces stress levels. It reduces your blood pressure. It does so many benefits. It keeps your vagina wet as far as whatever. I do research on this stuff now, so I'm not just saying it out of nowhere.
You mean like
Keeps
wetter?
yeah, well, it could be because some people it could be that, but it can also be that not that as well. But and also too, it's good for the women. It's good for their pelvic muscles, and if so you won't have easy, so it doesn't break as easy as you get older and things of that nature. And um,
Joe, the gynecologist.
He said, "Don't break your pelvic bone. Ride this bone."
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And also, for men, especially they always encourage masturbation if you ain't gonna do it, if anything, what I'm saying, and then just trying to keep it, for men, we gotta
What
get
about
that
women?
old sperm out of our system
Can
and get
women
some new fresh
masturbate?
ones constantly, and it helps with us with prostate cancer to reduce our chances of getting prostate cancer, because I did see an article that said they recommended that men should masturbate at least, not even masturbate, just ejaculate at least 21 times in a month, just to greatly reduce their chances of prostate cancer. So it's a lot of benefits on both ends. And, like I said, I've really seen real talk. I've seen people who have, oh yeah, it's also betters your mood as well. I know we all seen people that you be like, damn, that motherfucker needs some dick. You know?
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that really could be what it really is. And you be like, yeah, they ain't getting that at home, or they're not getting it well at home, or they're not getting it at all. So, I think that should be another factor if y'all out there feeling adventurous like Mel. That yeah, if you ever felt like you was a little uptight and you might have been feeling like, and I'm not saying Mel's an uptight person, she's a cool ass person, and you would
No,
never
I'm
know.
I'm, I'm actually very tight.
and And did you? These are those things that you should consider. You going in this direction, and uh, hold on a second.
Are you okay, Joe?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I completely agree. Like, I feel like there's so many, especially when you're dealing with a person that you have really great sex with. Like, of course, you're gonna feel better about life. You're gonna be optimistic. And I think it's important to have the right partner. Even if it's not a relationship, even if it's just a situationship, because life is hard without all the other bullshit. Let's just be honest. But when you have someone that you can count on, like, hey, come over, I need to see you real quick, or, if it just feels good I like consistency. So that's my thing. Like, I feel like I would feel so much better if I had well, I guess I'm giving it away that I don't have someone right now, but um that's what I actually want. Just something that's, consistent, and someone that I can, you know, explore their body, and like the more I get to know them, the more I get to know them. Wink, wink. What about you, B? Like, what do you think about? Do you feel like it's important to have different levels, or do you feel like it's important to just find your level, or do you feel like you should explore until you figure out what your niche is? Like, what's your thoughts on that?
I feel like now at this age is definitely about exploring and finding what works best for me. And, same as you, I like the longevity. I like exploring with one person and just building with that person and learning that person. And we learn each other together. So, yeah, I'm Dora the Explorer, whatever.
What about you, Joe? I like when you ask us questions. Any questions for us?
Could you repeat your question again? I'm sorry.
The question was, do you have a question?
Oh, I was trying to answer what you asked Brandy, but I forgot which it kind of just.
So the question I asked Brandy was, do you feel like it's important to um, have a level that you're comfortable with, have many levels that you can kind of like go back and forth, or maybe just stay in exploration mode and just explore all of the levels?
I think for me, I think for guys, I think it's always open level. So everything's always open. Um, unless you just deep in like a marriage or you're deep in a relationship or whatever the case may be. Um, and I just that's just naturally how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Naturally, like I just keep all the doors open. Not saying that that's what I do in my relationship, so let's not let me get myself in trouble. But let's just say if I was in, if it was just me as speaking as a guy in a single situation or whatever the case may be, I would definitely keep the door open, as they say, and um I enjoy it. Like I said, I've had different levels, all kinds of different levels, except for no a gay experience, which I'll never have. And so I just want to clear that up. But for the most part, it's just
We have nothing against that community of people, just, disclosure. Disclaimer, I
Joe
mean.
just does not want anybody in his DMs. He's being very intentional about person
Right.
that he's
And
in
there's
a
nothing wrong with that.
relationship, and
that's not that at all.
nothing
Like
wrong with that.
I think gay people are mad cool and they mad funny. You know what I'm saying? And not funny, but funny.
It's a
They actually are
boundary.
hilarious.
There's nothing wrong with having
Yeah,
a boundary,
yeah,
setting your
exactly, exactly.
boundaries.
Exactly. So, and I know that, but I try different. Like I said, just having those different experiences. Like I could just shuffle through them in my head like a Rolodex. And for people that haven't been born around the time when a Rolodex was out, that's just a thing that we used to keep phone numbers and names in, and we would just go through it. And before cell phones came out with multiple contacts. But anyway, so yeah, I would definitely. I like the idea of keeping the door open and not restricting myself to one type of thing or one type of level. I just go based upon whatever the person who I'm engaging with, and and just being able to adjust for those situations. Because I think if you limit yourself, then you won't see the differences or the different experiences and the different reactions for those different situations.
Absolutely, and I think the most challenging part, or maybe I won't use the word challenging. What I will say is that when you're searching for that partner, or you connect with that person, you want to connect with someone that is also at your level. So if your level is to, you know, kind of stay within your niche, maybe, but you want to explore things, like it would probably be beneficial to have a partner that's a little bit more outgoing, that'll help you like discover new things and bring new spice to the relationship. Um, but sometimes people connect with people that just like things the way they are, and that's fine too. Like I feel like it's all about finding your person that you can, essentially just be yourself with and have great sex. That's what it's all about.
And my advice to you, to my co-host, I know y'all have your own different experiences, and of course, I wouldn't expect you to put yourselves out there or whatever the case may be. But from one co-host to the others, please have to keep an open mind when it comes to sexual contact, because it's a way more fun than you think it is. Less to you, and remove the emotion, because sometimes every situation does not require your emotion about it. Just have fun, like eating ice cream or finding your favorite hair salon or something like that, along those lines. So, but yeah, that's just my advice for that.
Thanks for the advice, Joe. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate it too. Like sometimes we need that little push, to for, people to tell us like, look, go get some dick.
No
So
question about it. Because if you really look at it, if you're, I have, I look at it, I apply this to when I'm working. When I used to be a heavy worker, then I had to stop myself and think like, if tomorrow was my last day or my last hour, and I'm just having flashbacks of everything I did in my life, would I just want to just remember me being working all the time and not having experience in life that I wanted the way I wanted to experience it? So I think that shit would apply for sex as well. If you know what you're doing and you know how to do it cautiously, and you can plan something out or not plan it out, because that's probably the best way too. Just do it. You know what I'm saying? You got this life to live. You got this experience, because you're not going to probably be able to do that at 80 years old. So get it in while you're in your prime.
I
agree,
agree.
agree,
Agree.
agree.
Mm.
But I
So,
will say, like, we had a really great show. I feel like it was like the sexual energy was on 1,000 today. I don't know, maybe it's just me. But it was definitely a great show. And I believe B mentioned it in the, earlier in the podcast, but I'll reiterate it again. If you're not following us on social media, please make sure you do. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Podbean, where we're actually recording this podcast right now, that will later be uploaded to Spotify. For the past couple of weeks, we've been on Green Room, but we're back on Podbean, but we still have content on all platforms and Apple iTunes. The name Mel B's Tea and a Cup of Joe. So pretty much you can, as soon as you type that in, you can find us anywhere. Like we're out here, not out there, but
well, not
we on
yet.
the we on the
And I'm
internet.
pretty sure after this podcast, after everything that's been said and heard, we are definitely going to be on OnlyFans. So don't
For a limited time only, because y'all know they shutting that down.
Right.
they
So
reinstated it, so it's all good now.
they
Oh, really?
did. Hmm. Interesting.
Don't ask me how I know, but I know.
But thank you guys for listening and tuning in. And remember to follow Mel B's Tea and a Cup of Joe. We'll be back with a new episode next week, same time. Just follow.
Same place.
Same place.
Same places.
Later.